The final days of President Buhari. Today, we look back on the life and final days of a man whose presence shaped Nigeria's modern journey, President Muhammadu Buhari. Born on December 17, 1942, in the quiet town of Daura, Katsina State, young Buhari grew up surrounded by the dusty winds of the north and the discipline of a Fulani household. As a boy, he herded cattle and studied with determination, unaware that history was preparing him for a life of strict order and unbending leadership. In 1983, at the age of 41, he became Nigeria's military head of state after a coup that toppled the Second Republic. Buhari ruled with an iron fist. To some, he was a hero who enforced discipline and fought corruption with unapologetic ferocity. To others, he was a dictator whose war against indiscipline choked freedom and silenced opposition. Years passed. Democracy returned. The military era faded like an old photograph, but Buhari's ambition burned quietly within him. In 2015, after 3 failed attempts, he rose again, this time as a democratically elected president. Nigerians yearned for change, and his promise to crush corruption and restore security earned him the name Mai Gaskiya, the honest one. Throughout his tenure, his military discipline remained visible, a man of few words, rigid schedules, and unwavering orders. He believed Nigeria needed tough love. His love was indeed tough. But in his final years, his strength weakened. The tall, stern figure often retreated into long silent gazes. Those close to him saw the tiredness in his eyes, a man reflecting on the weight of power, the burden of expectations, and the quiet reminder that even warriors are mortal. Then came that solemn morning. The sun rose slowly over Abuja. Birds chirped softly in Daura as radios across the nation crackled with breaking news: President Muhammadu Buhari is dead. In Daura, traders closed their shops in silence. Old men gathered under neem trees, shaking their heads with tearful prayers. In Abuja, the flag was lowered to half-mast. The halls of Oso Rock echoed with sorrowful footsteps as aides and ministers wore grief on their faces. Across Nigeria, opinions were divided. Some wept for the soldier they believed fought for them, others whispered that history would judge his reign harshly. But all agreed that an era had ended. Power is fleeting. Life is fragile. Destiny remains the final judge. President Buhari, the Daura boy who became a general and later a president, left behind a legacy of discipline, courage, and controversy. Whether history crowns him as a savior or a tyrant, one truth remains unbroken: he lived his destiny till his final breath. Thank you for listening to today's reflection. Until next time, remember, power fades, but purpose endures.